is that Sonic 06 is actually a soft reboot. Now I know some of you are giving me that look right now like I've been playing in your face this whole time. And you're probably thinking, Boomer, you literally just said that this game is a reboot and now you're saying that this game is a soft reboot? Aren't you just saying that Sonic 06 is a reboot at this point? And to that, I say wrong. There is a huge difference between a reboot and a soft reboot of a franchise. Utilizing Google again, a soft reboot is a new installment in a film, game, or TV franchise that refreshes the series while maintaining the continuity of previous works, unlike a hard reboot that wipes the slate clean. It serves as a new entry point for new audiences, usually featuring new characters or actors while honoring past events through legacy characters, nostalgia, and references. In similar fashion, a soft reboot for a game franchise would be making a game that continues the legacy of the previous entries but just gives the series a fresh new coat of paint to appeal towards the new generation. For example, some people would consider Street Fighter 4 to be a soft reboot for the Street Fighter franchise since it had been a decade since the previous game at the time came out, and this was the first Street Fighter game to be released on 7th gen consoles. But it still continues the legacy the old Street Fighters left off by retaining in most of the legacy characters and mechanics while also attempting to move the series forward with just a new coat of paint. It also retains the classic game's art style but makes it more appealing to modern audiences. These same principles can be applied to Sonic 06. Yes, the series acts as some sort of rebirth for the franchise, but it doesn't try to restart the franchise from the beginning. It continues the legacy of the previous Sonic titles, but just gives the series a much more refreshing feel towards it to prepare Sonic for the 7th generation of gaming, on top of offering a story that moves forward from the adventure stories and, like I said earlier, trying to combine the best aspects of the previous 3D games into one huge game. That last part it obviously failed at, but hey, you guys get the memo. Heck, you can even argue that Sonic Adventure 1 was also a soft reboot for the franchise considering that it was the first mainline Sonic game at the time to use a new 3D art style, utilize full voice acting for the characters, offering a more deep and complex story that expands upon the lore of the classic Sonic games, and for being the first Sonic game that utilizes the modern redesigns of the characters we see today. Of course though, that's a whole discussion for a whole different video. The main point is that Sonic 06 is more of a soft reboot than a full-fledged reboot like some people think it is.